may be younger. That's okay. But I'm technically 36, and Garrick is
29.
40.
I tried to do that for years.
Oh
Forever
gosh.
29.
Forever
I never
29.
crossed the line, you know. But
I mean, I think the gray hair and the beard's giving it away just a little bit.
I dye it gray.
He dyes it gray?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, somebody has to.
Oh my gosh, so many people say about this. We're doing it. We're doing the Botox. I'll let you guys know how it works for Garrick. He tries this green light thing. That's supposed to help with migraines too, but...
It's true. It seems to help a little, not a lot though.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, next question was, so our height was one of the questions. Because Garrick's got harassed for this, about saying that, about relating the Holy Spirit to sexual sperm. And I can post an article where he read about this too, about how the man's DNA enters a woman. Not the sperm. Well, through the sperm. Through the sperm, and the DNA, not the sperm. Some people heard that wrong. Like, the sperm doesn't go to the woman's brain. That's not what happens. It's the DNA that is altered, and there's effects of it. You can see it in their brain, right? That's what the article is saying. It's very scientific, actually, and very... I'll post it anyway. But... Well, and then there's scriptures in 1 John, the words about God's seed, like spirit in you. It means that if you look up the definition. Yeah, so people were questioning that, like, where he got that from, but, like, that the Spirit of God... is basically, it's like his seed being in you. You're his child, you're his bride, you belong to him. It changes you. Sure. Same type of effect. But it's spiritual. Yeah. You know, but a lot of people take it in a way that's like, oh my God, like, wow, you got to be spiritual minded to understand God. Otherwise, you can't understand him. I mean, there's like 10,000, 15,000 people that walked away from him at one point because he said, "Eat my flesh, drink my blood." They probably thought that was insane, right? Oh, everybody freaked out. This guy's crazy. He's a cannibal. He's telling people to do this. Eat my flesh, drink my blood. He's crazy. Yeah. But it's funny how today everybody thinks, I'd never betray Jesus. I'd never do wrong to him. I'd follow him. But what if some dude showed up on the street telling you that? I don't know many people that would in today's day and age. No, they'd go, he's crazy, lock him up. So. Yeah, like serving God is definitely... It's a spiritual thing. Yeah. Anyways, I don't think there was any other questions, really. That's okay, though. Oh, you said one other one. Which one? Oh, our denomination. Somebody asked that. Honestly, we're just Christians. We believe in the Bible. We believe in God. Yeah, that's it. We want to get to heaven, and our goal is to address our faults and become more Christ-like and be perfected. And yeah, that's about it, really. Yeah. Sure. Do a lot of women want to be in a relationship with you guys? Trillions. Billions. Billions and billions. Oh my God. How did you meet the women you're dating? Oh gosh. A lot of questions come up on here. You guys are supposed to send them to me beforehand, people. Okay? You're not following the rules. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we are still divorced. Happily divorced. But still married in our hearts. Oh. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys are enjoying the new season. Yeah. I'm actually an episode behind. I didn't watch today's episode yet. It's kind of weird watching yourself on TV and your life that you already lived a little bit. So I kind of have to psych myself up for it.
All right, boom. Let's get into this one. Whew. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and contest what they're talking about when it comes to the Lord, when it comes to the sperm and, hitting at the brain, and therefore it does something to the woman. And also, the connection between him and God and the sex, because you see, here's the thing. Anything that Garrick says, he's gonna take the truth from somewhere and then spin it in a way that makes sense for himself. Not only does he spin in a way that makes sense for himself, but then he spins it in a way that Dannielle can then also make it make sense to herself. Better be like, yeah, I'm with you, babe. This is very, very tragic. Very, very sad. The fact that we are witnessing a woman being put in a position where she has now pretty much ignored her own emotions, ignored her own beliefs, ignored her own self-worth, and all she ever does is pretty much, obey whatever the hell he says and believes everything that he says. Now, again, I said before, some of the things he said, they probably have a certain level of truth behind them, but the fact that they're coming from Garrick definitely means that they've been altered in some type of way. They've been used in a way to manipulate a narrative that suits him best. Now, sadly, this obviously proves that, yes, these two are still together, and no, they are not broken up, because, of course, I did make a video about the speculation about these two no longer being together anymore, and also her giving birth after they had broken up. But as you can see, they are pretty much back together, or still together, sadly so, because really and truly, we just want to see Dannielle get away from him, and for her to actually go out there in the world and actually find her self-worth, and obviously love life for what it is, rather than love life for what he tells her she should. You see what I'm saying? Because the way he's running his household is just not correct. You know, it just doesn't feel right. You know, and it makes a lot of us feel very, very uncomfortable. But also on top of that, the way she had to mention the whole thing about we're still happily divorced. And that's a very good point. But somebody said in my most recent video that this man didn't even jump to the opportunity of even trying to remarry her after everything that went down. Roberta didn't work out. Obviously, this man wasn't even trying to, you know, reconcile that. But at the same time, it makes sense for him to not want to do that because, of course, he knows that he's still in a search for another wife. And also, most importantly, he also knows that he's still in search for another wife in a different country. And of course, because of that, them get married also obviously will help with the visa situation. So it does make sense why, of course, there hasn't necessarily been a thing itself in particular in terms of him obviously remarrying Dannielle. But really and truly, I've never seen someone happily say that, yes, we are still happily divorced. I mean, don't get me wrong, people obviously do say that, like, in some situations that makes sense, but in this situation it doesn't make sense because you're saying you're happily divorced to the man that you are still in a relationship with, that you still want to be with, that you still love, you know, deeply, and really until you wish that you were still his wife legally, not just his wife, you know, by word of mouth. You know, that's just the grand scheme. Otherwise, why did you marry him in the first place? But hey, man, listen, when it comes to Dannielle says a lot of things, and annoyingly, some of the things she says, we can sit there and be like, yes, Dannielle, we finally see that you're seeing it. But then, boom, bam, she then ends up saying certain things where we're like, we're back to square one again. You don't see it. You're letting this guy literally run your life again. Like, when is it going to change? Is it ever going to change? And to be honest with you, let's be real, it's never going to change. She's always going to be by his side, and therefore she's always going to live this facade that her life is good, when in reality, from what we see and what we are exposed to, her life is not good. Her life is nothing but controlled. Her life is nothing but worthless in terms of how it's valued, based on the fact that whatever she says, she always has to downplay it when Garrick does not agree. You see what I'm saying? Unless he agrees, she's downplaying everything. She's backtracking everything. And that's never a healthy thing to do, because really and truly, you're telling yourself that you're happy to ignore your own feelings, your own emotions, your own wants, you know, just to please someone else who really and truly, from what we've seen, hasn't shown any signs to really care about making you happy. You see what I'm saying? If anything, we've seen him make her unhappy more than we've seen him make her happy. To be honest, I'm surprised that she even watched the show back. The fact that she watches the show back is actually what makes things worse, because clearly by watching the show, you can't tell me that she's missing the signs, unless she wants to be another one of these people who are like, well, that's not how it really went down. You know, they manipulated, they did this and that to the storyline. Yeah, you can't even use that excuse, because it's not like this is their first time on the show. Do you know what I mean? They've been in the show before, so therefore we know that excuse is not going to run at all. You know what I mean? So therefore they know that that they're happy with how obviously TLC, you know, obviously portrays their story, hence why they keep coming back. So the fact that they keep coming back and Dannielle keeps watching the season and seeing how things are portrayed, but still decides to want to defend this man is outrageous to me. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts, your opinions on the matter, and we can most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.